Camera zooming it in on cue here as the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats are taking on Fredericksburg and the Billies in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Rio Hondo, after the first two were retired, have put the next two on board and have runners at the corners, first and third with 2 outs here in the inning, trying to get something started in the top of this first inning of play. They started this one early on us, so apologize for picking it up in the middle of the broadcast. 2 aboard for Rio Hondo. Number 5 hitter in the lineup stands at the plate. We'll get some names and numbers and rosters and all of that fun stuff on the fly. Ball 1 up high. Rio Hondo won game 1 of this series last night, 5-2. Fredericksburg will try to win this one and send this into game 3, which will take place 30 minutes after this one, whenever that would conclude. First and third, 2 out. A little bit high, ball 2. And a 2-0 count here for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. First 2 were retired on infield outs. And then a double into the left center field gap and then an infield hit. Ball 3 misses and suddenly a 3-0 count. If you look at this from a base perspective, there is a base open. Fredericksburg could put this hitter aboard. And then we'll be dealing with bases loaded. Ball 4 misses, and that's what we get. A walk loads the bases here in the first inning for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. And that brings in Alexis Reiner. And she could open this ball game up here in the first inning of play in her first at bat. First 2 were retired. Well, then fix it. Reiner stands in with the bases loaded. Pitch coming is up high for a ball. 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Bases loaded. 2 outs here in the inning. Next pitch coming. Up high, ball 2. And a 2-0 count to Reiner. Trying to get this broadcast underway. They got to start it a little bit early. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the inning. Runner at first base. And a pop-up is a foul ball, maybe a play. Over at the first base side, and the inning comes to an end. Fredericksburg will dodge the bullet as the Lady Bobcats will strand the bases loaded here in the inning. We'll head to the second back after this. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game. Back here on Rio Sports Live as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Erica Cortez to the mound for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Fredericksburg dodged a bullet in the top of the first inning as they were able to get out of the inning without any runs scored, despite the fact the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats had loaded the bases. First hitter stands in. First pitch is up high for ball one. Cortez went the distance last night in the 5-2 win, struck out 7. Working here, trying to wrap this up in 2 games if she had her way. Next pitch coming. Strike called, evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been a mixture of weather here today. It's been windy, it's been not windy, it's been drizzling, it's been raining, it's been sunny. So we'll have a mix of all of the above before this one's done. A good bunt down the line. Play it first, not in time, and the leadoff hitter aboard on an infield single for Fredericksburg. Perfectly laid bunt. And that'll bring in Mia Torres to step to the plate for Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg Billies, the home team in this game. Leadoff hitter aboard, Torres at the plate. Next pitch coming, she bunts it. Cortez gets to it, throws to first, out there. Down to second base goes the runner. And that brings in Ashlyn Weinheimer, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. First pitch to her. Just low, ball 1. Scheduled to start at 2 o'clock here. Checked at 3 o'clock. That didn't happen. Just now we should have been starting this game. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch coming. Swinging a hard hit ball. That's into left field. That's a hit. Should score a run. No play at the plate. Safe there. 1-0 Fredericksburg. And it's a double. Weinheimer drives in the run. And Fredericksburg on top here after that ringing double down the left field line. Brings in Kate Wenzel. Wenzel will bat from the right side. As momentum switch, you could kind of feel that when Rio Hondo failed to score that run. She'll bunt it. That's a good one. Right in front of the plate. Play it first. Not in time. Safe there. First and third. Still 1 out. Wenzel laid down a perfect bunt. And so aggressive play here continues the inning for the Billies. Two on, 1 out in the first. A 1-0 ball game, but Fredericksburg threatening for more. That's up high for a ball. Runner takes second uncontested, so second and third. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Fredericksburg. Cortez waves off a couple of signs. She's ready. And now time is called at the plate. We'll be here for this one. Reminding you, we also have a crew down there broadcasting from the Harlingen South game. There's a foul ball out of play. Count evens at 1-1. This is Carly Reyes at the plate. 1-1 pitch on the way. Showed a bunt. Bunts it foul back to the screen. Count goes to 1-2. Big inning thus far, but it could get a lot bigger here for the Billies if Reyes can deliver with something with one out with two runners on scoring position. Here comes the pitch from Cortez. Up high for a ball, gets away. Runner breaks but does not try to score. And they'll stay at second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's your runners down in scoring position for the Fredericksburg Billies. Cortez working on Reyes. Spins the 2-2 home. Swing and a foul ball back to the screen. A good rip by Reyes. Fouled it off. She'll step out. Momentum, momentum, momentum. And right now it belongs to Fredericksburg. Reyes with a big chance. 2 on, 1 out. A lot of things can get a run home off the bat of Reyes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging another foul ball. Count remains at 2-2. A little bit of a mist still in the air. You can feel it as we start this broadcast. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch coming. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. The ball's dropped. They'll throw to first, and now a run comes home to score, and it's a 2-0 game. Rio Hondo kind of nonchalant playing with the ball there. Fredericksburg staying with the aggressive side, scores the run. A runner down to third. Now we'll have a discussion at home plate regarding that play. Rio Hondo claiming that time had been called after the strikeout. That base was open, therefore you do have to record that out. It's not just an automatic on a swing and a miss. That's what the discussion will be right now between the umpires. Nonetheless, it was just like a casual throw down to first base to try to record the strikeout, which allowed Weinheimer to break off a third rather easily and come in to score what right now is run number 2. Lengthy discussion by the officials. Reminding you again, this is game 2 of the best-of-3 series between these two teams. Rio Hondo took game 1 last night, 5-2, but out of the gate, if this run counts, then Fredericksburg has already equaled their run output from last night's contests, and we're still in the first inning and still counting here in the bottom of the first. Crowd had filed in here early for Rio Hondo. They expected an early start. We didn't. We went out to eat with Kevin Naro. We also saw some of the Rio Hondo fans in Sammy's. Good spot to grab a burger if you're in Beeville, Texas. After the discussion, whatever was relayed to Rio Hondo's coach, he liked it. Or he's going to use it to motivate his squad. Now, meanwhile, over on the other side, the home plate umpire is trying to explain things to the Fredericksburg coach on what the play was called, and they're going to call a third out. I have no idea how that went from a third strike, swinging strike for the second out to a double play. No runs scored. It's still a 1-0 game. I'd like to tell you I know what happened just then, my friends. You may have to read about that in the paper tomorrow from Kevin Narrow. We went from a run scored on a strikeout to a double play and no runs scored. 1-0 after 1. Fredericksburg leaves Rio Hondo. Is that how this one's going to go? We'll find out. Keep it here.
Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
San Benito's Hog Wild Country Concert and Cook-Off. May 18, 2019, featuring David Ligar de los Musicales, the Powell Brothers, Lauren Corzine, Drew and the Dance Hall Dream.
Emery Betcher back out to pitch for Fredericksburg. And again, we went to a double play situation out of what looked like a run scored for Fredericksburg. First pitch is a strike call, then welcome to inning number 2 for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. They'll have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters at the plate as they face Emery Betcher, trying to send us into game 3 of a best-of-3 series. Nonetheless, it was a run scored. There's another strike called. 0-2 count on Gonzalez. For Rio Hondo, now the sun pops out. Here's the next pitch coming. Swing and a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. There are 2 factors that could be our enemy here during this broadcast. One of those is rain. The other would be just direct sunlight. Told Jake as we were coming up here, we didn't see any sun, any sign of sunshine at all. I said, that'll be okay. It won't affect our computer screen. There's a ball outside. I said, but mark my word, we'll get there and the sun will pop out and rule the day. Right on cue, as soon as we opened the car doors, sun creaked out from the clouds. Now it's really trying to make its way in the front center. That's a ground ball down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Rounding first, heading for second. That's a leadoff double for Rio Hondo to start the second. Kelsey Pizarro with the double. That brings in Abigail Torres for Rio Hondo. Torres will hit for a first time on the day. And just like that, Rio Hondo has a runner in scoring position. First one in there for a strike called. Betcher worked out of that first inning jam after the bases were loaded. She's ready to go. Next one to Torres. Ball low, evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike. Next pitch coming. Swinging a high fly ball into left field. Catch is made, quick out recorded. Runner stays put. That brings up Emma Cerna. Cerna will hit. Top of this second inning coming to you from Beeville, Texas. First pitch coming to her. That's a strike called. Cerna facing Betcher. Next pitch, bunts it. That's a foul ball. Back to the screen. And a quick 2-strike count on Cerna. When she turned to lay that bunt down, that got that infield active in a hurry. No balls, 2 strikes. Rio Hondo trailing 1-0. Next pitch coming. Ball low. Runner down to third base. Play there. Safe. And now an even better chance for Rio Hondo to push a run across here in this inning. One and two on Cerna. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Big strikeout for Betcher. Brings in Nayeli Garcia for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats, and Betcher once again can get out of an inning in which Rio Hondo threatens to score a run. That one misses for ball one. 1-0 the count. Garcia waits. 0 for 1 on the day. And the 1-0. Evens the count of 1-1, took a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia gets back in, waits for the next one. Betcher ready, delivers. Strike 2 called, outside corner. Betcher with a popping fastball that caught the outside part of the plate. And she's a strike away from sending us into the bottom of the second inning, protecting the 1-run lead. Garcia waits. Strike 3 called, struck her out. Betcher gets the job done again in the inning for Rio Hondo. No runs, a hit, a leadoff double. That was wasted, and they've stranded 4 now in the ball game. We head to the bottom of the second inning in this one. Fredericksburg leads Rio Hondo. This is Real Sports Live.
It's the best country and Tejano music in South Texas at the San Benito Fairgrounds, 551 Cesar Gonzalez Parkway. Ice cold beverages, Texas Zoo, food and craft and vendors, photo booth, animal farm by CD&J Bitty Ranch, $5 general admission, children ages 10 and under free. Details at sanbenitoevents.com.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Back here on Rio Sports as we head to the bottom of the second inning for Fredericksburg. We'll try to, again, still figure out what happened in that first inning. Fredericksburg apparently went up 2-0, but that was taken away. There's a bunt down the first baseline, and I don't know what Jake was filming, but that's a wild throw out in the corner. Runner down to second base. She'll be safe there. And now all the way to third, standing up there. That'll be a hit and an error. And a runner on at third for the Billies. There's another bunt. That's a foul ball. Runner at third, nobody out for Fredericksburg here in the second. Next one coming. Another bunt. That's a foul ball back to the screen. Quick 2-strike count. Robinson at the plate. For Fredericksburg. Next one coming from Cortez. Swing and a foul ball. Pulled out of play down the left field line. Runner at third and one out. Next pitch coming. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Easy play there, and that's put away for the out. Runner stays put, one down. And this will be Emery Betcher stepping to the plate. Pitcher with a chance to help her own cause as she steps in. Runner at third and one out in the inning. Cortez ready, brings it home. Betcher shows a bunt, does. A third baseman gets to it, looks him back, out at first, and safe at home. Run scores. It's a 2-0 game. Head first slide. Betcher gets the job done laying down the bunt and drives in a run. That'll bring in Carly Nabkin. For Fredericksburg. Number 9 hitter in the lineup. First pitch to her. Swinging a shot. Left field. That's deep. And over the left fielder's head. Gets to the wall. Nabkin on her way to second base as the ball rolls under the fence. That'll be a ground rule double. And the inning continues. Nabkin with a double. And Fredericksburg definitely has their hitting shoes on here in this ball game. They're up 2-0. Back to the top of the order. Maddie Finley will step in. Finley ready, facing Cortez for a second time in the day. She singled and scored a run back in the first. Bats again here in the second. 2 down, runner in scoring position. Looking ahead, it's a 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Rio Hondo in the third. Here's the pitch coming, though, and that's outside for a ball. 1-0 to Finley. Cortez working. is ready. Spins the next one home to Finley. Low in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Finley. Torres on deck. Cortez trying to get through this inning for Rio Hondo's Lady Bobcats. A win here for Fredericksburg will force game 3 right back here on this field about a half hour after they conclude with this one. Next one coming. Outside, ball 3 to Finley. Three balls, no strikes. Runner on second base, 2 outs. Torres spins it home. Finley takes ball 4. Second time she reaches on the day. That brings in Mia Torres. Torres laid down a sacrifice bunt her first time up. Bats again here in the second, now with 2 aboard. Lots of base runners here in this ball game. First pitch to her. Showed a bunt, pulled it back, took a ball. Runners take the bases, uncontested. Down to second and third. And suddenly, this inning could get a lot bigger. First inning, Fredericksburg threatened to blow it open. An odd ending to the frame. So here we go. Second and third, pitch coming, and a strike called. Taking all the way, Torres. Next one coming from Cortez. Torres fouls it away. Takes the count to 1-2. No strikeouts thus far in the game recorded by Erica in this game. Cortez Rio Hondo trying to get out of it. Fredericksburg trying to keep it going. That's inside, nearly hit her. Count goes to 2-2 on Mia Torres. Torres battling Cortez. Steps out. Next one coming. Swinging a ground ball to short. Throw to first in time for the out. Inning comes to an end. In the inning for Fredericksburg, they'll score a run. They'll do so on a couple of hits. Strand a couple in scoring position. We've had stranded runners all over the place in this game thus far. We head to the third. Rio Hondo trails Fredericksburg 2-0. This is Real Sports Live.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Back here as we head to the third inning on the top side for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. They trail 2-0 to Fredericksburg. I'm Joe Bowling with you on Rio Sports Live. As Jake Howell is on my right side operating one of our cameras. Savannah Gonzalez will stand in. Grounded out to short her first time up. And the third inning is underway. Takes a strike. Rio Hondo had the bases loaded in the first. Had a leadoff double in the second. All runners stranded on board. They've left 4 through 2 as we start this third. Next pitch coming. A little bit high. Evens a count of 1-1 on Gonzalez. This is the heart of the order for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. 2, 3, and 4. And Gonzalez trying to get it started. Emery Betcher misses outside for ball 2. Gonzalez trying to lead it off here in the inning. Wind is blowing out to left field. Not extreme measure, but it is going to carry any ball out of here if it gets up in the air out towards the left field fence. Swinging a ground ball to third. Throw across in time for the out. Gonzalez retired for a second time on the day. She's 0 for 2. That brings in Erica Cortez. Cortez doubled her first time up, was stranded on base. After a courtesy runner checked in, that was when the bases were loaded back in that first inning. Steps in here, first pitch. Little high ball 1. Got an early start to this one. And 10 minutes can mean a lot when you're in broadcasting, my friends, and getting everything ready to go. Next one coming. Cortez grounds it to second. Over and out. 2 quick outs in the inning. Brings in Kayla Castaneda. And Betcher now threatens to have her first 1-2-3 inning. Castaneda's got a hit today. She's 1 for 1. Single, that was in the first. First pitch coming. Low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Ball high. 3-0 now the count on Cortez. Check that on Castaneda. Rio Hondo trying to get at least a base runner here in this third. Looking ahead to the bottom of the third, it's 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for Fredericksburg. Castaneda back in. Next pitch coming. Taking all the way, and that's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Castaneda ready, waits, fouls it away. Now a 3-2 count on Castaneda. Betcher can get out of this inning unscathed. Ball 4 misses just low. Tough pitch to take right there. Castaneda on board for a second time of the day. That brings in Dominic DeJesus. DeJesus on the day walked in the first. Bats here in the second inning with a runner on board. There's a strike call. That base umpire never stands where he is right now. Did so today as we placed our camera right in that spot. Next one coming, up high for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike. Foul ball out of play on the next one. 1-2 now on DeJesus. Betcher struck out 2 in the game. Back in the second inning, she recorded her 2 strikeouts. Got the first 2 here in the third, issued a walk. Inning continues here. DeJesus trying to get on. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. Betcher rung her up with a high, hard one, and the inning comes to an end. In the inning for Rio Hondo, no runs, no hits, no errors, a walk. 1 left, they've stranded 5 in the game. We head to the bottom of the third. Fredericksburg leads this one 2-0. This is Rio Sports Live. Back here on Rio Sports Live, Erica Cortez back on the pitcher's circle for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. My thanks again to Kevin Naro for getting me some lineups, but he forgot what it's like to be a broadcaster as he's entered the world of sports writing on the newspaper side. Shot me a couple lineups with no first names and limited scribbling on the names, and I've been scrambling ever since they had a 10-minute early start to this game. I think I've got it down. We've got a couple of names we'll have to work on here. Ball 1 misses, and away we go. Weinheimer stands in. Ashlyn Weinheimer doubled, drove in a runner first time up. 1-0 pitch headed home. Ball too low. Weinheimer, Wenzel, and Reyes this inning for the Fredericksburg Billies. Up 2-0 in the game. Scored a run in the first, another in the second. Batting here in the third. Next one coming. Strike called. 2-1 the count. Next one coming from Cortez. Up high, ball 3, Weinheimer. Now becomes even more a dangerous hitter than what she was before she strolled to the plate. This is number 3 hitter in the lineup for Fredericksburg. And the 3-1 headed home. Outside, ball 4, a walk. Leadoff hitter aboard again for Fredericksburg. That happened in the first, the second, and now the third. And it brings in Kate Wenzel. Wenzel has a hit on the day. She's 1 for 1, singled in the first inning. Stands in with a runner at first. And that hits her. First pitch hit by a pitch. And now 2 aboard. For Fredericksburg. Fred Esparza comes out to talk things over with a home plate umpire. On that first pitch hit by a batter. And now 2 aboard, and here's Carly Reyes. Cortez going to have to dig deep here in game 2. And as Reyes gets in, it was her at bat that is right now the biggest question mark in this ball game on yours truly's scorecard. Here's the pitch coming. Shows a bunt, pulled it back, took a strike, runner goes, throw down to third, safe there. Runners now at second and third. Nobody out here in the third. Foul ball out of the play off the bat of Reyes. Quick 2-strike count. Reyes, a strikeout victim her first time up, but then from there, the ball was dropped and then they ended up turning that into a double play. Next one coming here. Swing and a foul ball keeps her alive at the plate. Count stays at 0-2. On Reyes. Cortez spins it home. Ball outside, gets away, run gonna score. Safe there, makes it a 3-0 game. Other runner down to third. And the inning continues for Fredericksburg. Reyes gets back in. Still nobody out in the inning. Count is 1-2, and the pitch coming from Cortez. Inside, ball 2. A walk, a hit batsman, and a wild pitch thus far have scored the runs here in this inning and done the damage as the at bat for Reyes continues. Count 2-2, next pitch coming. Low for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes on Reyes. Next one coming. Swinging a little pop-up. Shortstop will get to that, make the catch for the out. Runner stays put at third. That brings in Grace Dicker. Dicker singled and scored her first time up. First pitch to her. Shows a bunt. Does. It's a good one. And she will reach safely. Infield single for Dicker. Runners now at the corner. That bunt was just a terrific spot. And although Rio Hondo got to it, a play at first base would have scored the run as Wenzel down at third base was ready to break on the release. Two aboard brings in Robinson. First pitch to her. Strike call. Runner takes second, uncontested. Second and third, one out. Robinson popped out to second base her first time up. Batting here in the third. Pitch coming. Bunts that in the air. Catcher will make the catch for the out. Two down. Runners stay put. Rio Hondo in their fourth will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters up. Emery Betcher steps in. First pitch to her. Takes a strike call at the knees. Wind, you can hear that now blowing more prominently through the headset. It's trying to blow out to left field more than anywhere else. Next pitch coming to Betcher. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Big swing by Betcher. Cortez tries to get out of this fourth with limited damage. One run across. Two in scoring position here. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Inning comes to an end. You get a feeling these teams are missing chances. Each time, though, Fredericksburg able to put at least one run across. They've done so in each of the first three. And after three, they lead this one 3-0. We head to the fourth inning. Rio Hondo, 6, 7, and 8 hitters when we come back. Game 2 of this series, and this best of 3 continues after this. Back here on Rio Sports Live as we head to the fourth inning. And for Emery Betcher, she enters the center circle. She'll face Alexis Reiner, Kelsey Pizarro, Abigail Torres. Anybody gets on, Emma Cerna. As we head into the fourth inning. Rio Hondo's had base runners in every inning. No runs to show for that. First pitch coming, and away we go. Ball one. Each team with base runners up and down the lineup. Difference is Fredericksburg has found a way to push runs across. They lead 3-0. Trying to keep their season alive and force game 3 of this best of 3 series. Reiner fouled out her first time up to first base. Takes ball 2. On deck, Kelsey Pizarro. She's got a hit. Leadoff double that was back in the second inning. Reiner at the plate. Ahead in the count 2-0. Betcher's ready, spins it home. Swinging a ground ball too short in the hole. Backs up, throws across, and safe at first base. Reiner beats it out. Leadoff runner aboard. You could see that developing as the shortstop took a step, just a slight step back, fielding that ball. That brings in Kelsey Pizarro. Pizarro 1 for 1 on the day with a double. The wheels start spinning instantly. Now a conversation regarding either the call on Reiner at first base. Didn't take long, and that conversation's over. Brings up Pizarro. Joining us here, we're broadcasting from Beeville, Texas on a Saturday. Pizarro steps in. Betcher's ready, spins it home. Swing and a foul ball. Big swing by Pizarro. Turned it loose on the first pitch. Next one coming from Betcher. Strike 2 called, outside corner. Betcher popped in a fastball, and now Pizarro will have to protect at the plate. 0-2 count. Betcher brings it. Swinging a shot to second. Play at second, out there, and no play at first base. Matty Finley fielding the position nicely down there at second base, records the force. One down as Pizarro replaces Reiner on the base pass. That brings in Abigail Torres. Torres on the day, flied out to left field. She's 0 for 1. Stands in here with one on and one out in the fourth inning. Betcher ready, spins it home. Swinging a ground ball to second. Over to second, out there. Over to first, not in time. And so Torres, just like Pizarro, on base due to the fielder's choice. That brings in Emma Serna. For that, we'll probably get a courtesy runner, it looks like. For Rio Hondo. Leadoff single, but that's been wasted thus far by the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Looking ahead to the fourth inning on the bottom side, it'll be the number 9 hitter. And then back to the top of the order for the Fredericksburg Billies. Alyssa Silguero will now stand in. Silguero waits. Takes ball 1. Batting for Serna. And she stands in here in the fourth. If she can get on, top of the order right behind her. Next one coming. Strike called. 1-1 the count. Betcher with a 3-run lead can come after Silguero. One aboard. Next one coming. Swing and a miss. Had her out in front. Changed speeds. And now Betcher can end this one and strand another runner on base for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. She's ready. Brings it home. Ball high. 2-2 the count. Got away just a bit on the throw back to Betcher, but recovered. Gracie Dicker over there at third base with a heads-up play. Betcher, 2-2 pitch, headed home. Silguero swinging a miss, struck her out. Betcher ends the inning for Rio Hondo. No runs, a hit, and another stranded on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Fredericksburg has scored a run in every inning thus far, and they'll bat in the fourth, leading this game 3-0. This is Real Sports Live. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
We had the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Billies from Fredericksburg on top 3-0, trying to push this into game 3 of this best-of-3 series. They'll have Carly Napkin, Maddie Finley, Mia Torres all scheduled to hit. Anybody gets on, Ashlyn Weinheimer. This is 9-1-2 in the lineup. Erica Cortez back out to pitch for Rio Hondo's Lady Bobcats. 3 runs on 6 hits thus far in the game for the Billies. First pitch coming, bottom of the fourth. Swinging a pop-up. It's foul ball out of play. 0-1 on Napkin. She has a double today, 1 for 1. She doubled in the second inning. You look at the 3 runs scored by Fredericksburg, they could have a lot more. They've had ample opportunity to open up big innings. Stranded runners at worst at second and third in the first, second and third in the second, second and third in the third. Pitch coming here. Ball high. 1-1 the count. So on one hand, you credit that they got the runs across, at least enough to get the lead. On the other, you look at the missed opportunities thus far in this ball game. Next pitch here. Swing and a foul ball pulled foul down the left side. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Napkin. She's a number 9 hitter in the lineup. And then Maddie Finley stands on deck next. Finley's been on base twice. So if Napkin could get on ahead of her, they'd start the wheels rolling yet again here in the inning. Meanwhile, Cortez trying to find her rhythm here for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Pitches here. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. First out of the inning. First time the leadoff hitter's been retired in any inning for Fredericksburg, and it brings in Maddie Finley. Finley singled in the first, scored a run. She walked in the second. Didn't get a chance to bat in the third and swings away here in the fourth. First pitch coming from Cortez. At the strike. No balls, 1 strike on Finley. Mia Torres on deck. After Torres, you've got Weinheimer and Wenzel, who have each been on base twice and have scored 2 of the 3 runs thus far in the game. Here's a pop-up a mile high. Center field, easy play. Second out in the end. Finley flies out. And that brings in Mia Torres. Now Torres, her first time up was a straight sacrifice bunt. Got the job done, got a runner over in scoring position on the eventual RBI double by Weinheimer. Stepped in with runners at second and third in the second and 2 outs. Couldn't come up with the big hit as Cortez got her out. Starts it off with a strike here on this at bat. And Cortez trying to get her first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Hasn't happened yet for any pitcher. Ball one misses. Betcher retired the first 2 in the third. Looked like she was going to breeze through that one. Issued a walk, got out of that. Cortez is ready, spins it home. Inside, misses for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 2 outs. You look ahead at the 5th, and the big guns will be coming to the plate for Rio Hondo. They'll have the top of the order scheduled to hit. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball in the hole at short, knocked down, and no play. Torres aboard for the first time on the day. Now she heads to second base as the ball gets away. And that's uncharacteristic of this Rio Hondo team to allow extra bases on just routine plays on the infield. Now an RB opportunity for Ashlyn Weinheimer. With a base open, we may see her put on board. Doubled and drove in a run in the first. Walked, scored a run in the third. Bats here in the 4th. First pitch coming. Takes it low for a ball, gets away. Runner down to third base. And these are all things that you're just not accustomed to seeing from this Rio Hondo team. Balls misplayed on throws across the infield. Multiple pitches getting past to the screen, allowing a run to score in one chase. Now the next pitch coming to Weinheimer. Strike call. 1-1 to count. First 2 are retired. Mia Torres got on an infield hit. She's now down at third. Erica Cortez working on Ashley Weinheimer. Brings it. Swinging a hard hit ball deep left field. Down to the wall. Run scores. Weinheimer on her way to second. Safe there. Stand-up double. Second double of the game. 4-0 game. Weinheimer turned on that one. The only thing that kept that in the park was she didn't get it up in the air. One hop, the high side of the wall. And so they continue scoring runs in every inning. Constitutes a trip to the mound for Bretta Esparza. Talk things over with Erica Cortez in a 4-0 game here in the 4th inning. Here's where you start to have at least the discussion in your mind and perhaps here on the mound as the head coach. If this goes game 3, here's my ace I'm talking to, who I may or may not want to use in game 3. Obviously, he didn't want to have to talk about game 3, but he's going to leave her in right now. Rio Hondo does have depth at pitching, but Cortez has been so dominant in closing out series that they've handed the ball to her. She stays in. Now stepping in, Kate Winsel. Winsel on the day has been on twice. Singled in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and she bats in the 4th with a runner in scoring position. Takes the first one low. That one gets away. Runner down to third. most cases, teams have to use smart at bats to advance runners around. Runners are moving across easily for Fredericksburg. There's a ball outside. 2-0 to Wenzel. Strike now called as she had called time. Change that to a strike, 1-1 the count. That woke up the crowd over there. Wenzel gets back in. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 2 balls and a strike on Wenzel. This started with a 2-out hit by Mia Torres on an infield single. Ashley Weinheimer brought her in with a double. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 on Wenzel. Reyes on deck for a 4th inning in a row. Fredericksburg has scored at least 1. Cortez is ready, brings it home. Swing and a miss. Count goes full at 3-2. Wenzel had a green light, 3-1. Wenzel gets back in. Cortez brings it home, a 3-2. Ball 4, walked her. Another base runner for the Billies of Fredericksburg. 3rd time in the game that Wenzel's been on board, and here's Carly Reyes. Reyes 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout victim in the 1st, popped out to shortstop in the 3rd, and bats here in the 4th with a runner on. See if the runner goes from 1st on the pitch. Does. Strike called, uncontested. She takes the base. Fredericksburg, stranded runners at the corner, or at 2nd and 3rd in the 1st. Same thing in the 2nd, same thing in the 3rd. High fly ball, deep left field, back at the fence, and gone. 3-run homer for Reyes. She'll touch them all. And this time they get the big hit. They had been leaving runners on and couldn't get that 2-out hit. Reyes delivers here with a 3-run shot. And Fredericksburg now comfortably on top, 7-0. That brings in Grace Dicker. First pitch to her. Inside for a ball. Dicker on the day, 2 for 2. Singled, scored a run in the 2nd. Singled again in the 3rd. Bats again here in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. Strike called. Four runs across after 2 were outs here for Fredericksburg in the 4th. Cortez spins it home. A little bit low, ball 2. All started with an infield single. And a no-doubt double by Weinheimer, a walk to Wenzel, and then Reyes crushed one over the left field wall. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Throw across in time, and the inning comes to an end. In the inning for Fredericksburg, they send 7 hitters to the plate. 4 of them score. They do so on 3 hits. Nobody left on base for a first time in the game for Fredericksburg, but they cleaned it up with a 3-run homer by Carly Reyes. We head to the 5th. Top of the order for the Lady Bobcats. They now trail 7-0. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series continues after this.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
We are back here at Beeville, Texas on a Saturday. I'm Joe Bowling with Jake Howell running one of our cameras. Fredericksburg taking on Rio Hondo. Game 2 of a best-of-3 series. And Fredericksburg has opened up a 7-run lead as they send Emery Betcher back out to start the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order for Rio Hondo. Naomi Garcia will step in. 0 for 2 on the day as she bats to start the 5th. Garcia, Gonzalez, and Cortez. Anybody gets on, Kayla Castaneda. And as head coach Brett Esparza came walking past home plate, he drew the attention of the home plate umpire, saying something in passing, and the umpire reeled him back. And a lengthy discussion between the two now concludes. Now we're ready to start the inning. Garcia stands in. First pitch coming. Ball low. Betcher worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the first. Stranded a runner in scoring position in the second. Worked around a walk in the third. Leadoff single in the fourth was wasted as Betcher continues just to do what she needs to push this game along. Next pitch to Garcia is up and away, ball 2. Now the wind picks up a little bit more. 2 balls, no strikes on Garcia. She's 0 for 2. Behind her, Savannah Gonzalez is 0 for 2. Top of this order, usually productive for Rio Hondo. Been shut down thus far. Garcia ahead in the count. Here's the 2-0. Taking all the way, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. We saw Rio Hondo come from behind last week in game 2 of their series. Right here on this field. 2-1 to Garcia. Swing and a foul ball. Takes the count even at 2-2. Garcia, Gonzalez, Cortez. Anybody gets on Castaneda for Rio Hondo's Lady Bobcats. Betcher's ready. The 2-2 pitch headed home to Garcia. Swinging a ground ball over the pitcher's mound into center field. That's a hit. Leadoff single for Garcia. And so Rio Hondo starts it off with a base runner here in the 5th. You get the feeling that there's runs to be produced on the Rio Hondo side. Question is, can they now push 7 across? That'll just tie it. Gonzalez stands in. Hard hit ball. That's another hard hit ball that flies in the outfield, stays in the air, and is caught. Gonzalez hit it on her nose, but into center field for the out. Brings in Erica Cortez. Cortez takes ball one low. On the day, she's got a double. Was back in the first inning. She grounded out to second base. She's 1 for 2 as she grounded out in the third. Betcher ready, brings it home. Swing, and a little pop up into right field. That's a hit. They'll throw to first, safe there. Cortez sliding in safely. Two aboard as the inning continues for Rio Hondo. Second hit of the game for Cortez. And here's Kayla Castaneda. Meanwhile, a courtesy runner comes in for Cortez. Castaneda's been on twice. Singled in the first, walked in the third. Bats here in the fifth. First pitch coming. Swinging a ground ball. Up the middle, base hit. They'll hold everybody up. Bases loaded for Rio Hondo here in the fifth. Clean single right back up the middle. And here's your number 5 hitter in the lineup, Dominique Domo de Jesus. Before that, we got a conference as the two teams will talk it over. First conference in the center circle by Fredericksburg, the other by the 3 base runners and de Jesus, who will be at the plate for Rio Hondo. Opportunity knocking here for the Lady Bobcats here in game 2. And all the conversation is over. Betcher stays in the game. De Jesus has walked and struck out. She's 0 for 1. Bases full here in the fifth with only 1 out. If you're Rio Hondo, you want to get at least a couple runs across here in the fifth and make a dent in this now 7-run lead. De Jesus would like to bring in a couple at least and maybe a bunch. Reiner on deck. All eyes on De Jesus. Ball 1 low. Betcher has the luxury of, even if she gives up the biggest hit here to De Jesus, a home run, she would still have a 3-run lead. That's how big those 4 runs were back in the fourth. Ball 2 just misses to De Jesus. 2 balls, no strikes, nowhere to put De Jesus. And that's where you're at if you're Rio Hondo. Now if you can start producing some hits, as a 2-0 sails in there for a strike. If you start producing hits now, then you're closer and closer to bringing the tying run to the plate. But somebody has to deliver that big hit. De Jesus stands in. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Betcher got one past De Jesus. The importance of that for Betcher is she still has that extra one to work with on a 2-2 pitch. Brings it home. Ball high. That's the luxury of that 2-2 count, Betcher. Didn't have to necessarily bring one straight into De Jesus. Now, it all changes. Momentum back to De Jesus. This will have to be a strike or she's aboard. Pitch coming. Swing and a high pop-up into short center field. Center fielder calls him off, makes the catch, and no tag as a good arm displayed keeps her at bay. Big out recorded right there on the fly ball. And it's all going to stand now on Alexis Reiner for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats here in the 5th. Reiner fouled out to first base her first time. Singled starting the 4th. She's 1 for 2. Talked about in the bottom of the 4th that Fredericksburg had not received that big 2-out hit. Same case for Rio Hondo as Reiner stands in and takes ball 1. Garcia started it with a single. A 1-out single by Erica Cortez. Kayla Castaneda with a single. They're all on board with 2 outs for Alexis Reiner. Betcher's ready, spins it home. Ball high. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Alexis Reiner. On deck, Kelsey Pizarro, and she's been on base twice. Betcher gets out of this. That's another big momentum swing in favor of the Billies. She's ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, taking all the way was Reiner. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch coming from Betcher to Reiner. Swinging a foul ball, a late swing. Count goes to 2-2. Betcher now a strike away from getting out of this inning. She struck out 4 in the game. She gets the job done here. It'll be the 2nd inning of 5 that she strands the bases loaded. Reiner, though, still has a pitch to work with. As the count is 2-2, she waits. Here it comes. Ground ball back to the mound. Ryan Betcher got the job done. Rio Hondo strands the bases loaded yet again. 1-3 on the putout in the inning. No runs, 3 hits, 3 left. We've played 4.5 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Fredericksburg leads in this one by the score of 7-0. This is Rio Sports Live.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
This game heads into the bottom of the 5th inning, and a day that started with Fredericksburg and an opportunity to push a series into Game 3, needing a victory to do so. Thus far, they've done what's required, scoring 7 runs, shutting Rio Hondo out. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, they are 6 outs away from extending this series into 3. They'll send the 7, 8, and 9 hitters up here in the 5th inning. And a new pitcher in the game now for Rio Hondo. It'll be Kelsey Pizarro, who will replace Erica Cortez. And I talked about that during that 4th inning, that at some point in time, Brett Esparza was going to have to start juggling the decision on what about Erica Cortez should this thing go Game 3. Now, Pizarro, prior to this season, was lights out good last year, my friends. She's got playoff experience. And Rio Hondo goes deeper than that if they need more pitching. Cortez, again, had just been on that dominating roll of pushing this team deeper and deeper into the playoffs. And after last night's 5-2 win, they tried to close it out with her getting the ball. So Pizarro starts the fifth. It'll be Robinson, Betcher, and Napkin. Anybody gets on, Finley will hit. So 7, 8, 9, and then 1 in the lineup for the Billies of Fredericksburg. Seven runs, 9 hits for Fredericksburg. No runs, 5 hits for Rio Hondo. Ashley Dressen stands in. Dressen on the day is 0 for 2. Popped out to second base, also popped out to the catcher. And she'll be the first to face Kelsey Pizarro. And generally the question when you see a pitcher come in a situation like this, in the presence of Pizarro, is that you haven't been in a game in a while. Certainly haven't been in the playoffs pitching in a meaningful inning. Can you come in throwing strikes? So with a 7-run game, a lot less pressure on her as she takes the center circle. First one just misses for ball 1, and away we go, bottom of the 5th. Garcia ready, brings the next one home. Strike called. 1-1 on Dressen. Emery Betcher stands on deck just off screen. She's done her job today. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little fly ball. That's going to be the short. Throw to first, high and wild into the dugout. Down to second base goes Dressen. Dressen was most likely going to beat that out for a hit. I'm going to give her a hit and then an error on the throw. And so now another base runner in scoring position for Fredericksburg as the leadoff hitter's aboard. 4 of the 5 innings of this game, that's been done. First pitch coming to Betcher. Shows a bunt, takes a strike called on the inside corner. Betcher laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second, struck out in the third, and bats here in the 5th. Base runners in every inning for both teams. That continues to be the case. Next pitch coming to Betcher. Shows a bunt again in the air. That's a foul ball and out of play. Just out of reach. And a quick 2-strike count on Betcher. Betcher again was asked to pitch this game and preserve the season for the Billies. Has shut out this Rio Hondo team through 5. Bats here in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. Takes it low. 1-2. First time she'll face Kelsey Pizarro on the game. Pizarro is ready. Brings the next one home. Betcher takes it low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One on, nobody out here in the 5th. That's the 10th hit of the game for Fredericksburg on that leadoff single by Dressen. Pitch to Betcher. Ball 3. It went from 0-2 to 3-2. Dressen facing Pizarro. Next pitch coming. Way high, ball four, she lost her. Betcher coaches a walk. First two have reached here. They'll bring in a runner for Betcher. And Carly Nabkin will step in. Nabkin on the day. Doubled. And then she struck out. She's 1 for 2. This is the number 9 hitter in the lineup. First time she'll face Kelsey Pizarro. 2 aboard, nobody out. First pitch coming. Took it low, pulled it back after showing a bunt. 1 ball, no strike. On deck, Maddie Finley. If you get there with the runners on board, then you're talking an opportunity for Fredericksburg to close this game out here in the bottom of the 5th. They already lead by 7. Here's the pitch coming. Swinging a ground ball to short. Play at third and out there. On the fielder's choice, Nabkin will reach. And that brings in Maddie Finley. Finley on the day, all of this against Erica Cortez. Singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, flied out to center field in the 4th. Bats in the 5th, first pitch, swinging a ground ball in the hole, base hit, center field. Run coming home to score. Play there and safe at the plate. Second and third, down to second base goes Finley. The RBI, it's an 8-0 game. And we now bring in Mia Torres. Torres stands in. First pitch to her, ball low. Again, now with those runners in second and third, that would be the game-ending run at second base for Fredericksburg. Here's the pitch. Ball high. Torres on the day. Sacrifice bunt in the first. Singled and scored a run in the 4th. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Bats here in the 5th. Pitch coming. Ball low. 2 balls, no strikes on Torres. On deck is Ashley Weinheimer. This is the hitters that are produced in this game, with the big hits coming up for this Fredericksburg team. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball back to the mound. Pizarro looks her back at third, gets the out. Torres retired. And it brings in Ashley Weinheimer. Weinheimer on the day against Erica Cortez was 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. She also walked. She's been up 3 times, has reached 3 times, and stands in here for the first time against Kelsey Pizarro. First pitch. Ball 1. Fredericksburg has scored runs in every inning of this game as they pushed another one across here in the 5th. The hitting shoes have been laced up since the first hitter of the game. Here's the next pitch. Ball low. 2 balls, no strikes on Weinheimer. On deck, Kate Wenzel's been on 3 times. Behind them, Carly Reyes has 3 RBIs and a home run. These are the hitters that have been the producers when it comes to runs scored in this ball game. Pitch coming here to Weinheimer. Misses. And a 3-0 count. Base open for Weinheimer, but with Wenzel on deck, that's the cleanup hitter in the lineup. See if they turn her loose. Single would most likely end this game. Finley with good speed down at second base. Pitch coming to Weinheimer from, there's a hard hit ball, deep center field, they gone! 3-run shot for Weinheimer to close it out. Touch them all, 11-0, make it 12-0 game. And Fredericksburg wins game 2. It's not necessarily a walk-off in that fashion, but it is a walk-off home run as they win this by the 10-run rule. Second home run of the ball game for the Billies. Weinheimer caps off a perfect game. On base 4 times, scored 3 runs, and drove in 5 runs. You want a player of the game, her or Emery Betcher, who went the distance pitching 5 innings of shutout ball against Rio Hondo. Game 3 will happen about 30 minutes from now. That means about 5:06. If they go early, we'll be ready for this one. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Until next time, Joe Bowling, Jake Howe. We'll see you. Game 3 coming up.